Hello everyone. The other day I got a viewer request to do a more detailed video of my apple grinder that I made to make apple mash for my cider making that my girlfriend and I did. This apple grinder is made out of a garbage disposal. It is a Legend Series Waste King 8000. I bought it brand new off Craigslist for I think $70 or $80. They retail for about $200, I believe. It's a 1 horsepower garbage disposal, 100% stainless steel internals, so it's food safe. I did run some apples through it, just some junk apples and some water and soap to clean it out though before I really used it for cider. I made this stand for it. I installed the garbage disposal onto this top piece of wood just like you would mount it into a sink. There's some sort of a twisting lock ring, and I don't exactly remember how it went in there, but it's pretty self-explanatory, and if you buy it brand new, if you buy the disposal brand new, it'll come with instructions. And rather than the sink, I bought a stainless steel bowl at Goodwill to funnel in all the apples. There, down there you can see the grinder. It's a pretty large grinder too, so you can, it's kind of dangerous, you can fit your whole hand in there. So I made these two guys. This is the little plunger that the garbage disposal comes with. It's got a little rubber edge on it, so it fits in there perfectly and you can plunge out any obstructions. I also made this just out of a 4x4 that I cut down, and I put this pin across it so it will not hit the blades either direction. And this is also, it works as a good rammer. I use this to ram the apples in, and then this to kind of clean out all the remaining mush before I put more apples in. The discharge pipe, I believe, came with the garbage disposal. When I use this again, I want to find a piece of flexible tube just to attach on here to point it downward, because I just had a piece of rubber attached on there and it didn't work very well. I used 1x4 pine boards and 1x1 just wooden pieces of wood. It is, let's see, 11 inches square. I believe it's square. Yep. And it is 19 inches tall. Dimensions I just sort of figured out. It doesn't, you know, obviously nothing's really important about the dimensions. I did wire in a switch. This garbage disposal is intended to be operated on a wall switch. As if it were actually in your sink, it would be a switch, rather than some other disposals had a switch. I forget where, in the cord, or I don't remember. But anyway, I just attached a regular electrical box, and I cut the existing power cord and stripped the ends and just wired it into a standard old electrical switch. And I did seal everything with RTV, the holes, the screws rather, and all the holes in the back with RTV, so it's water resistant, and when I wash it down I can turn this on and off without risking electrocution, so I can turn it on and run water through here and everything and wash it out. Of course it's not waterproof right through the switch hole there, but you know, what can you do? There is somewhere, I don't remember exactly where, but somewhere on the bottom there is a circuit breaker switch. So if you overload this, which we did once by accident, it will not turn on. But there's a little circuit breaker. You just press it back in, and then you can continue running it. So don't overload it, but that circuit breaker is there for your protection. I really think that's about it. There's nothing else that I can think of. There's really nothing I would change if I were to do this again. It's a really good garbage disposal. It worked pretty well. Everything is clean and simple and easy to clean. I tried to minimize the amount of corners and edges and seams. So, you know, every seam bacteria can get in, and food particles, and I try to eliminate that. All the screws that I assembled this with, I covered with putty. I gave it a lot of paint, liberal coats of paint, to cover over any other imperfections. So it's not FDA approved, I'm sure, because it's made out of wood, but it's pretty good enough for my purposes. I'm happy with it. So I think that about covers it. I hope this answers your question, or covers your request. I forget what your name was, the fellow who requested this video. If you have any other questions, just leave a comment, leave a suggestion. I'm looking forward to doing cider again next year. We missed it this year. We just didn't have the time. Kind of unfortunate, but what can you do? So that about sums it up. Thank you for the request. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. And once again, as always, come back for more.